while our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings and salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here, and this one's pre-recorded today, so just want to be honest with y'all about that one. A little scheduling there. We're gonna be live Thursday, so got the FAMU game on the corner here though. Not even gonna lie to y'all, because I had to rewatch it, give myself a chance to kind of come down a little bit and try to see the stats. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you go look for stats too. Them not there. But before we get too far into this, HBCU Digital Network, this is home to Herb Stewart and the Black Techies, also home to the Fangs Up podcast. Man, good times to be had. And I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna pause it. Otherwise, every 2 minutes, I'm gonna be like this, because, ooh, wait, fam, you still on? So if you didn't watch the games on YouTube, shout outs to the announcer. Like, a lot of us gonna ride him, and in the moment, it was easy, but you kind of start to realize like he was pretty much doing it by himself. He had a camera crew, but he was the play-by-play and the color for both teams. So kind of in that idea and in that mindset, I give the kid a break. It is what it is. But before we get too deep into the football conversation, we're gonna make sure y'all know I don't just follow football. Like I'm a FAMU fan. Like, I'm with all the sports. I'm always with the stuffs. So, FAMU cross country, look, don't sleep on a cross country team. Like, really don't sleep on the track team, because that's pretty much your distance runners. They actually did pretty good. Like, trying to say it's in a nice way, but the track team this year is going to look better. Like, you got 3 students that hit their PRs at this event. Like, I'm just saying, like, and I got it from one of our best athletes. Like, she was saying, look out for this year's track team. Like, last year, like, yeah, coach is trying to win a SWAC championship. Like, and she even pulled out the game. She was like, yeah, the way PV won, mostly was distance. Like, they're just more distance runners than a lot of us. Like, dang, I didn't know the game like that. So you had 3 players or athletes finish really well, like 4 total actually. Like, look for FAMU track to be a lot better. Like, because again, cross country is an extension of track team, so kind of is what it is, man. You know, we could lie about it, we could tell you the truth. Yeah, I know. I like to tell you the truth about stuff, and in this case, don't sleep on them. Look, the tennis team. Can't tell you anything about that either. I tried to look it up, and it's not one of those things where it's like we as a culture have a very bad habit of downing our own stuff and blaming us. Like, you only see this at a black school. Look, ain't no results for the tennis stuff nowhere. USF ain't got it. FAMU ain't got it. And the actual tennis website itself, good luck deciphering that stuff. Like, I was like, oh, let me, make sure I'm prepared. And, last night was the instant reaction. I'm going to be ready tonight. Yeah, bro, I was literally sitting over here rewatching the game like, all right, what did I miss? Can I figure out how many stats we got, how many yards? And it's like, nah, we're not going to do all that. We're just going to look at the game and kind of tell what we saw. Because, yeah, so it wasn't just Valley that didn't have any stats. USF, no stats for tennis. So, kind of sucks, because I was, hoping to talk about, hey, tennis teams, SWAC champions, all this stuff. I got nothing for you, bro. That's like Heavy D. I got nothing to love for you, baby. That's it. Now the volleyball team, FAMU, Josh was joshing with that, because we actually got stats. We swept Valley 3-0, and I missed the game personally. It's moment of transparency. I was at Florida Tech I got to work the game there, and that was my first time working the NCAA volleyball game. And the person that I worked with, she actually did the game today. She was good. Like I liked her. Like no weird stuff, but she was cool. And then Jackson State 3-1. She actually worked Jackson State game today. 3-1. We're still down though. Like Alabama State and FAMU are the teams to beat. Just like last year, those are your best two teams in the SWAC in the sport of volleyball. So I'm wanting to see, can we bounce back? Can we catch them? Next game is Tuesday against UNF. I believe that's a home game. I'll double check. Excuse me, kind of giving the side eye, but I like to be right. That's why I'll be saying stuff sometimes. Like I ask questions nicely, but yeah, looks like it's a home game. And if you know me, FAMU volleyball is getting close to my favorite number, 500. I tell you, if it's not football, I'm okay with 500. I hate to say it. Some of y'all gonna be like, man, bro, we should be whatever. Look, I understand how much money we put in these non-revenue producing sports. Not enough, and not a lot. So when one of our sports teams is about to get 500, look, it's sweet tea today because I got something to do right after the show. But otherwise, look, when they hit 500, it's gonna be 5-star in my cup, baby. Baby, cool. Let's go. I can't wait for FAMU volleyball. I'm excited. I told you I'm one of them. Look, I was at the volleyball game. I was cutting up for two reasons. Because I was watching Florida State and they were playing volleyball. So it was, man, I know folks that was like, that man crazy. And I was like, look, Florida State was beating Clemson. I was good. Oof. And yesterday, FAMU won. Oof, it was a beautiful day yesterday. Speaking of FAMU football, man, I got the petty for you too, y'all. I got the petty for you. I like Coach Simmons, though. I be telling y'all, that's my football coach. So we did talk about an instant reaction. If you want the greater detail of my instant moments of thought, yeah, go watch that yesterday or check it out on Spotify. Y'all know Fangs Up Podcast. We are on HBCU Digital Network. We also have it on Spotify. There's no more Stitcher. Sorry. But also the YouTube page. Check the YouTube page. And I will be updating the website this weekend. Yeah. So I was supposed to do it this weekend, but then I worked the volleyball game because new experience. Why not try new things? That's fun. So the football game, man, I had to go back and rewatch it. And I ain't gonna lie, if you're gonna rewatch it on YouTube, you're gonna skip the first like 30 minutes because that's just commercials. But once you get in, that first drive, look, FAMU is actually like moving the ball a little bit. Like we start out pretty decent. And honestly, we do start out with short passes. I mean, Musa doesn't start looking kind of wonky into that second drive. Then I went back, and some of that wasn't all him. Like some of it was drop passes. Some of it we ran some routes where we knew how good we were. And when I say we, I think Coach Simmons is realizing how good this team is. Like, and I think you see that in his play calling. Like, you're starting to see where, let Musa air it out because I got receivers. I got receivers that can run after the catch and got jokers pulling hamstrings. And these are the new dudes. Like, I got OGs that's been around that, you throw a 50-50 jump ball to them and it's like a 30% chance they're going to catch it. Like, these new dudes, man. Like, I think this far in the season, man, Coach Simmons is just he's still testing the car out. Like he's still test driving. I don't think he's gonna get comfortable with this offense really until really almost end of the season. Like he's still trying stuff. We're still seeing wrinkles. Like, and some of it I do feel was because you just want to see could it work because. Look, I ain't seen a wild rattler since maybe Philip Sylvester was out there. I'm just saying, like, I was like, oh, the Wild Rattler. It's the Wildcat, but you know how it was the trend. We don't never say no wild. Yeah, mm-mm. Ain't no wild felines around here. Ain't nothing there. So the Wild Rattler, man, never running no wild felines. Never. But that Wild Rattler looked actually pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. I can see that on the goal line some more. Like, give me a Yant Jennings combination, and you can flip that up however you want. Put one of them tight ends back there too as like an H back. My lord, run like a little old school diamond package. What? Oh man! All of a sudden, you start having some combinations. That offense started looking fun. You can start doing like a direct snap to the up back, but the up back is a tight end. A direct snap to the other guy who's the fullback, but he's actually a halfback. Or man, look, I'm just saying, like offensively, I get offense. My mind starts like, it starts doing that weird like this and this and this and oh man, you start showing me new formations. Don't play with me, coach. Don't play with me. I get excited easy. I look. I was at church this morning at the house. Me and the daughter. I normally go to church building. I was shouting at the TV. Don't play with me. I shout easy. What? Man, I get a praise in a second. Don't do that. My mind. What? Man, please. And I started seeing new formations in this game. Man, I started being like, ooh, Willie, come on now, bro. I see something right there. I see you got something. Like we did see though. It seemed like we kind of went away from using as much of the receiver's emotion. I'll be honest though, y'all. Just kind of looking back at it, I feel like we didn't really want to put a lot on film going into that Southern game because you realize you could out talent this team. I really would have liked us to done a better job running the game early, but some of that also came into penalties. Like the main thing I was trying to look for actually was the amount of penalty yards we had, but it wasn't there because the stats are not up. They're not even on ESPN. Like I was like, oh, I'll check Valley's website. I went to FAMU first. Then I went to Valley. Yeah, that was a mistake. And then I went to ESPN. And when I was like, oh, ESPN ain't got it, don't even worry about it because it ain't there. They ain't reported them junks yet. Either they ain't reported or somebody ain't transcribed them. But something ain't got done. But because there were moments, and even in the first quarter, like no, it's second quarter because I left it up there on my screen. 12 minutes and 48 seconds left in the game. Look, we ain't getting monetized no way, so I don't give a care. So let me just go on and pull it up because this was a pick. Like, oh, look, I don't care what not anybody say because even the ref said it was a pick. Like, okay, like we're gonna watch this right here. And I ain't look. So check it out. It's we're gonna move it up to where it's like 12:48. Who does that? Let me see if I can fix it. Get it back. Let's skip the ads because you want to be a jerk right now. You want to be a mix but with a side of fries. Like, come on, bro. I had it right, queued up right. You want to bring your commercial having self up here. All right. So 12:50 in the game. So 13:04 is the time we're gonna go to. And my mouse is one to act stupid too. Here we go. Catch up now. Act like a tomato and catch up. So okay, we see why. Offsides, and it was an interception. Like, dang. Like we had a lot of that though. Like penalties like that where you're like, man, that was a catch. And the ref goes, it was a pick, but we had a flag. Like, man, like you had a couple penalties that just threw off the drives, holding penalties and stuff like that. And so kind of in the moment, and that's why for an instant reaction, it's just that. It's my instant response as fast as I can calm down or as fast as I can get to where I need to be. But sometimes I have to calm down. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, cause after a game, if we over there looking like trash juice, I'm hot. I really am. Like, I'm frustrated. And in this game, I came away from that first half very frustrated because man, we left so much meat on the bone. But you saw where Valley was starting to do the unthinkable, which is run. Like Valley's offense established the run quietly. And it was because it was a stubborn run game. It was like, I am going to establish this run game. This is the best thing I got. I got to pause because I'll be over here doing like this. But it was the best thing he had. And he ran with a quarterback. He used the wild, the devil. Almost, almost, as the good book says, they used the devil. I don't know if it's a wild devil because the devil's never been tamed. I mean, Lucifer's a fallen angel, so I guess when he was up there in heaven, if you want to go with your religious textbook, he was tamed, but he's been wild ever since he got kicked out of heaven. I don't know. That's your religious term. That's not what we're here for today. But I told you I went to church. Look, I be slipping up, but I used to be a campus minister. I'm just being real with y'all, man. I know the Bible will be dangerous. But we saw where Valley even threw those formations at us. But the second half came. And when the second half came, it was just a different game. And thankfully, the defense saved us, though. Like, defense gets that early turnover in the game. And again, FAMU's defense was lights out. I mean, Willis Simmons even stated post-game that this defense has been the best part of the team for the past 3 years. And that's a strong consideration. Like, that's something really to be said. And we're going to come back to Willis Simmons. I ain't like Kelvin and them. I ain't got no belts, though. So you safe around me, Willie. But defense looked great. They were generating pressure. They were aggressive. I think the DBs were we're pretty much running a zone defense for a lot of the game. I mean, we stayed in our base zone. We vanilla as you want to be. I thought we were solid. Like I actually liked a lot of what I saw in coverage because I can conceptualize that in a zone, coverage is not going to be as tight as it needs to be. It's not going to be like a man-to-man where I'm on you. It's not that, and it can't be that because it is a zone. But what I do like is that, man, we have a dogged determination to get to the quarterback at the line of scrimmage. And we saw where even if we put up a vanilla shell defensively, we're still better than 90% of the swag defensively. Like, and I'm trying to say that to be humble, but the humble brag is FAMU's got the best defense in the SWAC. Like, we can split hairs about this. And as your girl like to say, you can argue with your mama, even though they went 0-5 for picks. I'm petty. FAMU was going to lose to Valley. African American, please. I had doubts, but I would have never went out there and said that chitlin juice in front of an audience before the game. Bruh. Really? Okay. I ain't even gonna say your name because I ain't gonna give you that kind of attention. But that was funny. That 0-5 on picks. 0-5 because you petty. Look, pride goes before the fall. I ain't here to preach today, but I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, you better stop making picks because you're prideful. Like, look, you can only lose the FAMU once per season. Take the L, baby. It's over. But Valley's team actually, like, they were solid. And look, go back and watch that second and third quarter. They start figuring it out. It becomes a thing, man. So FAMU definitely wins the game. But y'all, it was closer than it should have been. Now, one of the things I do like, Willie Simmons got a little bit of petty in him, and I'm here for it. Every bit of the petty. Give me all the petty. My brother, give me the petty. Look, and because I'll ask the question. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it a whole bean with you. Post game, I asked the question, Coach. you kept Moose in the game. What you got to say to these people that were telling you to pull him? He said, he QB1. but early in the morning. I ain't gonna hold you long because I ain't got long tonight. But there was a word spoken by Coach Simmons, and he said, breaking news. I'm not the least bit concerned about what anyone has to say about Jeremy Musa. And he put an exclamation point. So he said he meant that. We embrace the passion from the critics, but he's earned the right to lead us. And leaders must be allowed to work through their mistakes. And he will. Exclamation point. Look, some of y'all didn't go to the schoolhouse like I did. I graduated from FAMU. I just didn't go there. So I learned to read before I got there. And then he gave you the TO. That's my quarterback. But then, and another thing, Willie wasn't done. Tell the NFL scouts who came in every week asking about Jeremy that you know more about elite quarterback play than they do. Tell the Legacy Bowl who just sent him the first invite. Or better yet, tell the other league coaches and media who selected him preseason player of the year. With an exclamation point. I mean, he said it with his chest. Oh, and another thing. Willie, look, what do y'all got his goat today? What do y'all got Willie's goat today? Told you I ain't gonna hold you long. I'm gonna be strong, but I ain't gonna be long today. Or, you know how y'all preachers like to do it at church house. They like to make sure they say it 3-4 times to get your attention. It would let you know that your coach has your back over fans who expect you to be perfect. Exclamation point, not a period. Some of y'all say stuff, say period. No. Willie said exclamation point. Our QB room is very close, and they know who has earned the right to lead them. Look. Where's that? I you see, can I find it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Stop talking about my quarterback. Willie Simmons got the belt out today. Stop talking about his quarterback. And that's on Larry. Look, Willie done told y'all, put some respect on his name. And I ain't gonna say it no more. Talk about his quarterback like that. First he gave you the TO with the crying, but then he started preaching. And he felt good, and it got good to him. In my sanctified mind, Willie was up there talking, and he had a cloth. And what you're not going to do is talk about my quarterback today. Because Musa is quarterback one, and that's my quarterback. And I seen him at the highs, and I've been with him in the lows. And for the rest of the year, I'm going to ride my quarterback. I love it. Because I asked the question because some of y'all was bugging. And look, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't ask the question, but I was like, come on, man. You can do better on this read than that. But look, the way Willie Simmons had Moose's back today, baby. My man that told you straight up what it is and what it's gonna be. You're not gonna talk about my quarterback, and I'm not gonna back him up. I like it though. Because to me, one, if you're a quarterback in that room, that tells you, hey, if I can get this straight, he got my back. But the other thing, if you one of them critics, well, you better watch out because Willie got the belt for you. I loved it though. I was eating that thing up, man. I just had to add a little dramatization. Yes, I said dramatization. Yeah, it ain't good English, but you knew what I meant. Have your preachers can't talk straight, know it. He got a fat fall and sound like this. Stop picking on people. But real talk, y'all, like, into the game, like, FAMU wins. It's an ugly win. It's an extremely frustrating win. But it's frustrating because, and I think Kenya said it best, Kenya Sykes, it's because we know what they are. We know their potential. And it's one of those things where, I threw my preaching towel somewhere. But when I know your potential and you don't meet that potential, that is more frustrating than you just flat out not making it. I think the fact that so many of us know and understand that this football team is the best football team that we've seen on the highest of Seven Hills, maybe since the Billy Joe era. This is the best receiving core that we've seen maybe since that Kevin Elliott group. And I think Elliott, and I can't remember everybody's name, sorry. But y'all know. And you know who you are. It's not a slight. Like when y'all were in college, I had a kid. So it's not personal. It's just that I wasn't at every FAMU game. I was a dad with a small kid. And I was trying to figure it out while I was still in school. So it's not personal, bro. But you can start to see, like, Willie humanized himself a little bit more because he's already like been that. But he also showed that in the example of Musa, this is my quarterback. He's the best quarterback I got. And he's the best quarterback for reasons that even you don't understand. And he also lets you behind the curtain a bit, saying they are asking about Musa. And maybe some of what Willie's doing is what the scouts are asking if Musa can do. And he's trying to then put it on film to show that he can do it. I wonder, and that's me wondering out loud. That's just, y'all know what I like to tell y'all. It's unsupported speculation. I can't validate it. I don't have Willie Simmons' phone number. But that's my opinion that, he put on film stuff that he thinks we want to see and that they need to see. So in the end, FAMU wins the game, and I get some jokes, and I get petty Simmons, because that's content for Willie Simmons' visor right there. And I'm not that page, but look, that was Willie Simmons' visor right there. That wasn't just Willie. I think there was a Twitter takeover on that one. I think Willie said it with his chest though. There's all the exclamation points. So, but we're gonna head up out here, y'all. HBCU Digital Network. This is home. We're gonna be back here Thursday, 8:00. Man, look, Willie, give me some more jokes like this. Give me more stuff I can make fun of and that I can flip. Because look, brother, I definitely had fun with that one. But I know what you meant, and I heard what you said. So good times we had. FAMU volleyball, sweeps, track, puts up a good showing, cross country, but the part of the track program. Tennis, I don't know what to tell you because there ain't no stats. And FAMU football wins. Man, y'all know what it is. HBCU Digital Network. This is home. It's always going to be. Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it?